Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders, International Crowd Countdown. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi, friends. It's Desiree Josen.
Today, we're going global, literally. Wrestling fans have always been about larger-than-life moments, but sometimes it's the crowd that steals the show. The energy, the passion, the chants in different languages, it all creates an atmosphere that elevates a good match into an all-time classic. Des, what are your initial thoughts?
International crowds are insane. They just bring a different level of excitement, and I think us as American fans take a lot of this for granted because we can see them locally. We're going to see them, maybe once or twice a year in person, or we can make a trip to go see them. But these people may not see them maybe once every few years. So their excitement is in another world. It makes the entire PLE electric, and for us fans watching on TV, we love it even more. So they're amazing.
100% with you. Just to preface this for the audience, this isn't just WWE. This is all promotion. So this is going to get fun.
Yes.
All right, let's kick off the countdown, Des. Who's your number 5?
I'm going with Puerto Rico.
Great choice. I left that off, but man, that crowd was hot, especially for Bad Bunny's spot.
That's what I was just about to say. It was really specifically, they were just on their feet the entire night. And I'm talking about Backlash 2023 specifically. That PLE was insane. And the fact that, there was a handful of already Hispanic, Latino wrestlers already in there, they already had a backing. And so we got to see people like Damien and Carlito. We got to see Savio Vega, Zelina, and then Bad Bunny came out and stole the show. It was just electric that night. And it's still when I play it back, all I can hear is just the crowd just a-going.
100% great choice. It barely missed the cut. I actually rewatched Bad Bunny's entrance over and over because if you want to get a jolt of energy, just YouTube like that.
That'll do it.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, my number 5. And I sometimes you kind of forget about certain things, but then when you start doing research again, you're like, oh, wow. In 1995, WCW and NJPW had a collision in Korea, North Korea. This was the largest live attendance ever for a wrestling fan, over 150,000 each night. And while the audience was state mandated, the sheer size created an eerie, unforgettable atmosphere, a true cultural clash. The standout match was Antonio Inoki versus Ric Flair in a historic both scale and political, with significance. I was blown away. I didn't even realize that this was in North Korea until I actually had to research again. Wow. This happened in 1995, and this was just epic.
That is crazy. North Korea?
Yeah, right? So I had to put it on the list.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Des. Moving on. Who's your number 4?
I'm going to go with Canada. They have a couple of well-known wrestling families we may have heard of. Maybe the Harts. I don't know. But the crowds are crazy. I actually got to be in a Canadian crowd. I was in Toronto's for Elimination Chamber and SmackDown, so I can fully speak on their behalf. They are loud and proud, and my ears were ringing both nights, and they were just so into it. And so, it's not even just those two PLEs. If we go back to Mania with, I believe it was Hogan and The Rock, that was insane. It's just pure volume. I don't know what it is. Is it the cold air that gives them the energy? I don't know, but they're fun to watch.
Great choice. That spoiler alert, that's going to be on my countdown as well.
All right.
All right, mine is SummerSlam 1992 in London at Wembley Stadium. 80,000 fans packed. The standout match was obviously Bret Hart versus British Bulldog for the Intercontinental Championship. It was one of WWE's all-time classics. I think it's the only time in PLE history, WWE history, where the Intercontinental title was actually the main event. So hats off. That crowd was rabid.
That's one of the best technical matches ever.
Exactly, 100%. All right, Des, we're at the midway point on this list. What's coming in at number 3 for you?
Saudi Arabia. The guys can't even make it to the ring without being distracted by the crowd and them singing their songs. They've hosted Crown Jewel a couple of times there where they specifically love Randy and Cody. I get it. And it's just watching guys like them just stand there in awe while people are singing their songs and just chanting, and they just bring a crazy amount of energy. Specifically, it was just I remember that Cody and Randy match. It was just insane. So Saudi Arabia.
Love it. And you are right. Yeah, they definitely love Cody and Randy for sure. Okay, my number 3 is going to be WrestleMania 18, 2002 in Toronto, Canada, at the Sky Dome. It was 68,000 Canadian fans. You actually kind of talked about the Canadian fans and how just passionate they are. You are absolutely right. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, Icon versus Icon. The crowd basically powered the entire match. From them going back and forth between both of them, the spot where Hogan didn't get pinned from the rock bottom and hulked off. I mean, you still talk about it to this day. It's almost, 20 something odd years later. The crowd was awesome that night.
Great choice.
All right, we're closing in at the top, Des. Who's your number 2?
I'm going with London.
I had a feeling you'd have that on the list. That's awesome.
And specifically, it's AEW's.
Okay.
AEW, we just, they just had Forbidden Door. They do, is it All In or is it All Out that they do there? I believe it was one of those. But they are insane. They have a couple of people that are from there. At the time, it was Mariah May, Will Ospreay, a number of people, but they know how to put on a show. They take over the O2 Arena, and it's insane. The crowd is on their feet nonstop, yelling and screaming and chanting. They really know how to welcome the wrestlers here. It is just insane. I kind of want to jump ship and go over there one time just to see how crazy it is. We'll see. But yeah, London is insane.
They were on my list for a reason, 100%. Whether it is AEW, WWE, any other promotion, they will bring it.
Yes. Okay,
my number 2, 1989, Tokyo, Japan, NWA Starrcade. Japanese fans brought a respectful but equally powerful energy. They applauded the technical excellence in storytelling like a true sport. The standout match was Ric Flair versus the Great Muta. This is a showcase of East meets West. These are two legends. I mean, this was just a great night. Again, the people in Japan are so respectful. So I had to point this out. And part of what I like about this countdown so much is there are many promotions that are represented, and I had to do it. And I'm very thankful that we are doing this countdown because this brings back a lot of good memories.
I love that pick. I love that.
All right, here we go. The big one, Des. Who takes the crown at number 1 for you?
This was the one that came immediately to me once we decided to do this. it's Germany, Bash in Berlin. I just remember they had like the meter on the side to show how loud the crowd was, and it was always maxing out at the top. But specifically with the match with Randy and Gunther, they couldn't get through the first 10 minutes of them walking into the ring because the crowd was so loud. They were just feeding off of them. And at that point, I didn't care if Randy or Gunther won, just because I wish I was in that crowd. We'll just put it that way. And you know what? And I just feel like that just ignites how they perform, and just the adrenaline, the screaming, the chanting. I love it. I still think about it. I'll still put on when Randy walks in because he's just glowing. I love it.
Excellent choice to round out the countdown. Okay, my number one, I'm going back to Toronto for WrestleMania 6. I had to do it. And this was, listen, Hogan Warrior, this is a true passing of the torch moment. And any time WWE goes to Canada, it always hits. It really, really does. We've said it many, many times. The crowd just go nuts. Anytime the Raptors or the Maple Leafs play, you have a mob outside the arenas.
Yep.
Cheering. I mean, they're not even at the game. They're literally outside the game. They bring that same energy when they are in any type of arena or stadium. So I got to give hats off to Toronto. I put you on here twice for a reason.
I agree.
All right, Des. And now that we've reflected on some of the best international crowds, what are your overall thoughts on this episode and just the crowds in general?
I love it when they step out and go to these different countries. It gains new fans. It exposes them to different styles and maybe different ideas for their storyline and just how they work. I am excited that they're expanding a little bit more. It's already been confirmed that WWE will be back in Perth for Crown Jewel, and AEW just confirmed that they will be in Australia, Tony Storm's home country, back starting in February, which will be really exciting. So it's really cool to see them and to see these new live crowds. And maybe that just means we have to go on vacation and update our passport and, get out of the U.S. for a little bit and go watch some wrestling.
I'm game. Yeah, 100% with you. You kind of said in the opening, American fans kind of take it for granted because we're constantly getting these events. If you live in a larger city, like Des and I live in the greater Miami area, Des lives in Jacksonville, we pretty much get at least one or two events per year, sometimes even more. They don't get that luxury overseas. So anytime that it does come there, they bring it because it's just that much more special to them.
We should be more grateful.
100%. All right, that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts on international crowds? Please shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content.